The Red Pill Phone Tap is back again. I am Wesley, joined by the Red Pill proper gentleman himself, Anthony. How are you doing today, sir?
I am fantastic, sir. Thanks for asking. How are you people doing out there today? Leave it in the comments and tell me how you're feeling.
Please like and subscribe so that you can get all this great content. As the Godfather himself says, this is not about us. It's about all of you. It's about us being a better society. Let's jump right into the show. We have got to help the ladies out, Anthony. Some women think that they can just meet a guy and this gentleman is just Play-Doh, and based on her actions she can mold all of this into the reality that she wants. We were talking about this earlier this week where you were dealing with a woman that she was trying to kind of get you back in line. She didn't know if you were using her for sex or not.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm about to get him back in line. I'm not here for just sex. I'm dating with a purpose. Listen, everybody. If he don't send me back a text, then next.
I remember you used to say something. It used to always make me laugh inside. It was like, women, it's like they have this thing in their head where it's like, well, I want it to be true.
I want it to be true.
So it has to be true.
So it is true.
Right?
Yeah. Ladies, we're here to help you tonight. Women that think they can get men in line and change what these gentlemen's intentions for you are. We got to go back to a really, really basic principle, don't we, Anthony? You can't negotiate desire.
No, you cannot.
But we're going too far already. Let's go back to the beginning. Before this big sexual revolution, where, nowadays women can just sleep with like 800 or 900 dudes. And you better not judge them, Anthony. How dare you? Don't judge these women. Whether or not they've had 800 or 900 dicks in their vagina, it means they're still special. Don't you dare put your judgment down on these women, Anthony. How dare you? Well, it could be that. It could be that. Or it could be the more dicks you have in your vagina, the less attractive you are to us. And it also could be that that's innate in our DNA, not some kind of social construct like you think it is.
Yeah, we didn't have a meeting and decide, like, hey,
let's shame these hoes. Right? No. And yes, there's some social constructs around, like slut shaming, especially like women that have never had sex with a dude, but they just start a rumor at the high school. She slept with the whole football team. Oh my God. The whole football team? Are you crazy? And then she's a virgin. That's not the kind of stuff we're talking about. We're talking about how there used to be a thing long ago where moms would teach their daughters, like, hey, be careful. There's some guys out there that don't want to have relationships with you. They only want to use you for sex, and these motherfuckers would not be caught in public with you. Right, Anthony? You and I were alive when this was still a thing. In high school, this was a thing for me.
That was the biggest thing. I think a lot of older women had teenage pregnancies, and anything to deter their daughters from that, was like paramount for them. So, however they needed to scare them, they would. But the reality was, men had somewhat. They didn't have a lot of game, and the men that did have game was born that way, right? They were going to be that guy regardless.
Yeah,
and they're typically the alphas in the room. They're the high school quarterbacks, the best player on the team, or just a guy who got a lot of confidence in himself because he's able to dress the best or whatever expertise he had, because women are attracted to expertise.
Yeah,
and so he had he's used to being around women because women are always around him ever since he been a pretty boy, right?
Yeah.
So these are the guys that's always gonna be able to say, "Hey, it's sex. If it ain't sex, then I don't." Like you was talking about, if he ain't texting, next. If it ain't sex, next. Right.
Right.
So, yeah, you
and those types of guys had a real talent with finding these women that did not give a fuck about their body, that were very promiscuous.
Yeah.
And
there are signs,
Yeah. Well, they would typically throw themselves at these types of guys.
Exactly.
I mean, these are the most popular guys in school. They're very promiscuous.
It's almost a race to who can get them first.
Right. And these types of women back in the day were typically women that had like real family problems, where sex was just, this is the way I get a boy. I just have sex with him. And there wasn't a lot of self-respect. There were some problems. And a lot of times these quarterbacks, this would be, the scenario you just presented was a great example of how it presented itself. These quarterbacks, who are the most popular guys in school, they may have sex with these certain girls, but they would never be caught in public with them. Those weren't like the main girls. These girls that were just giving their body away, they were just hoping to get some one-on-one time while they were there. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've slept with the guy that, But if you came from a healthy family, the mother would typically teach you, like, hey, got to be careful. All these dudes trying to holler at you, you got to put them through a couple of series of quizzes. Like, you got to find out, do they like me? Because, again, basic 101 between men and women. Women hold the gateway to sex. Men hold the gateway to relationships, right? The man may have sex with you, but he may not want to be seen in public with you, right? He may the minute he has sex with you, he's trying to like, all right, well, hey, don't tell anybody about this shit.
Right.
No, you're not my girlfriend now. Like, I'm the quarterback, and you're from Covington Grove. That's just crazy. I would never date a dumb bitch from, Covington Woods or Pecan Grove.
Man, if you're not listening and you're not even understanding what he just said, a man with abundance is telling a female not to say anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you are in a scarcity mindset, you're like, I'll tell anybody, right? Like,
right.
You'll announce it on the morning announcement, so it's cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, me and Stacey Gabriel had sex last night.
Right.
In the bleachers. Like,
what was that Lonely Island song? Like, I just had sex.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, but if you're just the quarterback, you're like, hey, I will quit having sex with you if you go tell everybody, because
right.
Bitch, you're from Covington Woods. Someone like me does not date someone from the subdivision you grew up in.
Right.
You little tramp. I mean, so if you came from a good family, though, you had to be like, the mom would be like, look, got to be careful. All these dudes want to have sex with you.
Yeah, let's don't get it twisted.
All these dudes want to have sex with you, but only a few of them want to give you the keys to the relationship. Now, if you sleep with all these dudes, this is going to make you a laughing stock in the high school you're in. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. This was before, like, nowadays where it's like, what? How dare you shame me for having sex with 6 guys at once on the football team? That shit didn't exist back then, right? And you got to, and this is, ladies, what we're trying to get at in this segment is, there were a lot of rules in place for a long time because motherfuckers learned a bunch of shit before you existed, before this sexual revolution and all this shit. Because, ladies, let me tell you, men physically can't negotiate that we're unattracted to very promiscuous women. True or false, Anthony?
Man, I'm going to need you to run that down because we can't negotiate.
We can't negotiate being unattracted to really promiscuous women.
When you say negotiate, to who? Who we negotiate?
We can't negotiate it with ourselves. Like,
oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. You're talking about a self-realization. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, man, I saw. I'm about to get graphic. Everybody, calm down. But I'm about to get graphic.
YouTube.
If you're in high school. If you're in high school and you're dating someone, you are of age in high school, and someone shows a picture of you of her doing sexual acts with a bunch of different guys or your classmates, you don't want to girlfriend up with her now because every guy's been there. This is just a natural thing that happens inside for boys and men.
But why don't women think the same way when a guy does it with a bunch of girls?
Because it takes skill to get a woman to want to sleep with you.
Or there's value in you that multiple women knowingly sleep with the same guy. So
for multiple guys to want to sleep with a woman, she's just got to be a woman. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be in a relationship. It's so weird that I feel like I have to explain this. I feel like I'm like explaining like the primary colors that exist on planet Earth. I'm serious. It's
women are delusional when it comes to their body versus relationships and marriage and. Because
well, let me throw a curveball at them real quick. When if you're a woman, and this is psychiatry 101, ladies, look it up. Don't take my word for it. Please look it up. If you have too many partners as a woman, what then happens? It's almost impossible for you to emotionally pair bond permanently to a male. So there's a pair bonding thing that happens emotionally with a woman when she has sex with a guy. You know, used to, only man you had sex with in our society was like your husband on your wedding night. And that sex, even though let's go back to medieval times, say the marriage was arranged or something, that sex might pair bond you. You might have an emotional reaction. Well, if you sleep with 250 dudes, you lose this ability to pair bond with the gentleman that eventually becomes your spouse, should you choose to marry. Don't take my word for it, ladies. I know. I can already hear them, Anthony. I can already hear what women say when they're not even here. Well, I feel like... They all start with that, right? I feel like I could sleep with 50 dudes, but if I meet a man who's the man I love, then I am going to pair bond with him. Sounds good. It's not true physically. It's not true physically. We've said this on the program many times. There's actual nutritional value in human feces, isn't there? We know this. Look this up also. We know this because we know of astronauts in space getting a really tight spot and they're about to starve to death. There's some nutritional value in the human feces, and they can go to that to just fucking stay alive a few more days. However, we cannot change the fact that feces from any other mammal grosses us the fuck out, doesn't it? And women that are really promiscuous, we're unattracted to this. Yeah, but Offset is with Cardi B and blah blah. Don't bring me your people in the show business industry. All those people are promiscuous, and so they deal with each other. But in the real, regular world, we do not. I mean, Anthony, when I was asking you earlier, you would not want to spouse up or girlfriend up with someone that me and 4 of your friends have slept with, right?
No.
Right. It's just silly. We'll explain that. Why is that? I don't have to explain it. I'm a mammal, human male. we just find it gross, like we find feces gross. We find it gross when women have too many partners. Why is it? I don't fucking know. Don't come talk to me about this. I didn't create humans. Okay? This is just how men... Well, not all men feel like that. No, you're right. There's some desperate males out there who just take what they can get. And guess what? Typically, ladies, you don't want these males. If you don't have to talk... Ladies that have 3 or more children by 3 or more baby daddies, if you date a guy and you don't have to absolutely talk him into being your boyfriend, he's going to be there for these kids, trust me, you don't want him. That should be the hardest negotiation of your life. Right, Anthony? I mean...
Yeah, man.
I mean, any man worth his salt that's not just happy to be here would be like, damn, 3 kids, 3 babies. I'm not saying no, but we need to talk. No. My kids come first. All right, cool. That's your argument? Okay, cool. I'm out.
Yeah.
You got to come a little bit better than that. Anthony, women think that they can just negotiate reality, don't they? You had some dating profiles to share.
Oh, my goodness.
They think that they can just, but I want it to be true. And if I went on a job interview, as you're pulling these profiles up, if I went on a job interview and they're like, hey, like your experience, anything you need to say here at the end of the interview? Yes. First of all, I want everybody here at ABC Corporation to know you guys are not my first priority. You guys are not my first priority. I have this company that I'm starting at home, and that's going to be my number one priority. And you guys, no, hey, bring the president of the company in here. I want them to know this too. This is not my number one priority. Is what this bitch right here sounds like. What, Anthony, who's the woman that wants to proclaim that you as a guy dating her is not going to be number one? Did you bring that one up?
Oh, no, I don't have that one, but I remember it. I think she has 2 kids, and she's 40 or something like that. And she's saying that her 2 daughters are her priority.
So if she just tells you that, you just have to accept it and then marry her, right? They just think, like, if I just get this man in line early on, right? If I just tell him what the fuck is up, these men are going to want me. I just have to, like, say and set the right expectation and say and do the right things. These women are going to die alone, brother.
Well, man, I think there's some... They have higher expectations of men than they have of themselves.
You think? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just like, well, you think so? All right.
Well, they don't hear that. That's the thing.
No, they don't want to hear anything that's not positive. Anything critical to women is not even allowed. I'm surprised this channel hasn't been canceled.
Well, we are cut off to only a certain segment of YouTube. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're rated R. You know what I'm saying? You can't. If we were to ever go like, oh, expose this to the public, we'll get so many hits.
Yeah, so we're on the same level just because we're talking critically of women. We're on the same level as the movie Saw 2, where they literally saw people's heads off on the show. We're on the same level as softcore porn on Cinemax, right? Because we're just simply being critical of women.
Huh.
I'm sorry, are you bringing up the profile?
Yeah, I'm trying to just not mention certain specifics with this either, so...
I mean, come on, man. All these profiles sound the same.
Well,
I don't think you're going to out anybody. Just saying.
It's a little bit of, like, too much of, like, the negative shit that we hear. Don't lie to me.
Oh, that's what this segment is about, though. Women think that if they just tell you, if they can just get you in line, that it will manifest the man for them that will do whatever they say. These are my favorite profiles because at no point do you come out feeling any positive kind of way towards these women. What does this one say?
Do not message me.
Wait, is this how it starts out?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Do not is capitalized.
Well, time out. Can I get an age on this first? She's got to be 22, right?
No. Add another 20 years to that.
Oh, 42.
Yeah.
42-year-old making all kinds of demands. Let me listen further. I mean, a 42-year-old, this is a bitch past her prime. This is a bitch that probably can't have my children. So she's probably going to be super sweet and tell me what she brings to the table, right?
No.
Right. Let's listen and find out.
Do not. I guess when you capitalize it, are you yelling?
Yes.
Do not message me or send me a quote unquote like if you're married or have side chicks, or if you get bothered by certain questions, or
time out. That didn't make any sense.
I have no idea.
Or if you get bothered by certain questions. Boy, did we go, yeah, don't come here if you hit kids, or if you're violent, or if you don't like certain kinds of beef.
Where are we going with this?
That's what I'm saying, like, or if you don't like certain kinds of vegetables.
One of these things.
Yeah, it's doing its own thing. One of these things doesn't belong. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Or if you get bothered. Oh, I guess I read that. Or, because all this shit sounds the same. Or if you do not know what you want here. Do not bother to message me. Don't lie to me. Don't play. Be real, be honest. Do not lie. Whew.
Oh, is that the end of it?
That's it.
She said nothing about herself.
Nothing. I know nothing about
the analogy you and I always use on this is a waiter comes up to the table. Hi, what can I get you guys to eat tonight? Well, I don't want
right
anything beef.
We don't have anything beef on the menu, man.
Oh, okay. What can I get you? Do not bring onion rings. Okay, man. What would you like?
I know. I
Definitely no Caesar salad. Okay. What can we get you to eat tonight? I don't like oysters.
Oh.
Do not bring any shellfish out here.
I was wrong.
Do not.
I was wrong. Not 42, 47.
Oh, 47.
It's even worse. Even worse.
She's playing with the house's money. She's just like, I don't have anything to bring to the table except demands on how you should be. Okay, what's hilarious is she gave away that only married guys have been reaching out to her lately. The only reason I even swipe right on you is if I already have a better bitch at home and I just want to have sex with you. It comes back full circle, doesn't it? This used to be a thing moms used to teach their daughters. Hey, some of these guys are just going to use you for sex. You got to be careful. But you don't come out there overtly on your dating profile making yourself look like a fucking bitch and a cunt to the world. And just be like, don't do this.
There's no humility.
No humility.
At all.
At 47 fucking years old, what does a woman bring to the table? She's not in her prime. She can't give you children.
Nope.
But cocky as fuck. I'm sorry, did she have kids?
Yeah.
How many?
I don't think she mentioned it because it just says in her profile she has kids.
So I know if we get in a long-term relationship, I have to take care of your fucking some other dude's walking, talking sperm. I mean, this is one of those things
and there's
where
no guarantee that they're out of the house, even at that age.
None.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, get out. I mean, what kind of... Did you get a picture on her?
Yeah.
Is that that blonde girl?
No.
That fat-faced blonde girl?
No. That's the...
She's pretty in the face. But she's still 47. Let me see. She's curvy in the stomach area. Very curvy. I mean, she's not an unattractive woman. But at the end of the day, you're 47, bitch. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to be mean.
I'm laughing because...
I mean, let me turn it on myself. If I was homeless, I'd have to be like, well, at the end of the day, Wes, you're homeless. I mean, you ain't got a house, homie. Or if I was jobless or carless. No one wakes up and says, you know what? My dream girl's 47 years old.
No.
Nobody. Why? Ladies, I'm asking you a question. Why are you single at 47 years old? I know, it's not your fault, is it? I bet hundreds of women just then, Anthony, were like, you know what? That's my fault. Why am I single at 47 years old? That's on me. That's on me. Said no woman listening to me asking that question.
Nope.
But if I were to ask a man, why don't you make more money? Why? Immediately they would look in the mirror and be like, you know what? You're right. I probably need to work harder. I probably should have went to college back in the day.
Well,
you know what I should have done? I should have gone to that fucking truck driving school. Like my friend went to. Like now he owns his own truck. Now he's got his own rig. Like you watch how humble guys get when you ask them these kind of questions. Women, not at all. Why are you 47 and single, bitch? Why?
And for clarity, I've shown you a profile from a guy who was kind of black pilling on the saying.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Like, so there's no bias that we have for just a female gender when it comes to these dating profiles. Matter of fact,
I'm glad you're pointing this out.
Matter of fact, like when we've talked about dating profiles before in a few episodes back when we kind of just covered dating profiles.
Yeah.
On how to actually do that. You can check that out. But it's so important to put yourself out in a positive light. We're not talking about lying. We're talking about when you go on an interview, you'll be like, hey, sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I don't wear the uniform that I was given. Like, you don't come into the fucking job interview spilling out shit that, hey, I don't take authoritative people well. Like, people need to talk to me nice. Like,
and she's in the job interview portion, right?
Yes.
She's in the job interview portion going, hey, she's coming into the job interview going, no weekends. Don't even ask any more questions if it ain't weekends. Another thing, I ain't working fries. Fuck fries. Tired of fries. Done with fries. If y'all have fries here, don't even bother calling me back for a second interview. One more thing. I'm only taking $50K and above. Fuck y'all. I'm only working for $50K and above. Dude, if you put that shit on your resume, no one's calling you for an interview. If you put that shit on your dating resume like she did, you're only... So what she thinks is going to happen, that's what this segment's about. What she thinks is going to happen is she's going to manifest the guy that follows all these rules. Let me tell you what's really going to happen. Men that are to that standard that she's talking about are going to go, this looks negative as fuck. I'm steering way clear of this. And you're only going to get people that don't adhere to those rules. You're going to get more married guys swiping right on you because they're like, oh, this bitch is fucking some married dudes.
Yep. And the thing is, we've talked about this before as well. In the last dating profile segment, is that men who are predators that understand that this woman is still broken,
100,
that she has not healed yet, that he's gonna like, I can get that bitch. I can get her because I already know how to play her.
I'm here to tell you, I I dealt with damaged women that were she's attractive. I have specifically swiped right on damaged women because I'm like, hey, I just lost 2 bitches out my rotation. I'm not having as much sex as I used to. Here's low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
And you just like take them out 2 or 3 times, and then eventually your rotation gets back up because you're juggling other balls over here. But those bitches are great to like. Your rotation just slid down to 3 from 5, and what am I going to do? Let me get one of these broken bitches. Yeah, we'll bring her over here for a second, because that looks broken from a mile away, doesn't it? That looks like she doesn't have a relationship with her dad.
It's red alert.
She's already been the side chick to 4 married dudes.
I wouldn't. And then when you're talking about stuff you don't want, those are things that you've had, right? So that's why Wesley was like, they're gonna get more of what you just said you don't want. And the thing is, those guys typically have lied, right? She's talking about do not lie. They lied. Right. They know you're gullible. You fall.
And liars go, this bitch falls for liars.
Yes. Yeah. You think you're doing yourself a favor. You attracting exactly what you don't want. And it don't make sense. And the thing is, you may think you're trying to do yourself a favor, but you don't even belong out here. You need to stop dating. You need to heal. You need to go to therapy. You need to figure shit out. You need to figure out that, hey, maybe dating isn't the best thing for me right now. Maybe I should just go ahead and work on myself and say, hey, what do the men that I want? And figure out what that is and try to be that.
Anthony, do you remember when we saw, you and I were talking about some job listings that were like this? Like on
oh, yeah, I remember
Indeed.
you talking about how...
Oh, my God. I mean, it was like a job listing. It was very similar. It was like...
It's scary. I don't want to work there.
Don't even apply if you don't have your bachelor's in STEM.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. You know, and it was just like... We went through the whole thing, and I was like, I qualify to apply here, but I would never want to apply to it. This place looks toxic just from the goddamn job posting.
Right.
I mean, that's what men are thinking, ladies. What this segment is about, though, I think deeper than what we're even saying, Anthony. I meet and talk to so many women that think if they just don't settle for something, the thing they want is going to manifest itself.
No.
If I just sit at the restaurant and, what do you want to eat, ma'am? I don't know. Just bring me some food. Oh, that wasn't good enough. That food wasn't good enough either. Take that away. Bring me something else. That wasn't good enough either. I'm not gonna settle for food that doesn't meet my standards. You think that there's food in the restaurant that is going to meet your standards or wants to be with you or that you can afford. That ain't the case, ladies. You have to make this happen. You have to make yourself either more physically attractive. You have to make yourself either, fix that dating profile if you're that one girl. I remember you were showing me one that was not a good dating profile, but it was nice, short, and kind of sweet. Mm-hmm. But then you were showing me some red flags in it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, my bad.
I want to say this. You're having false expectations. Because have you ever gotten what you're asking for?
No, Anthony. The only difference between these women and Kate Upton, the only reason Kate Upton married Justin Verlander, Major League Pitching Hall of Famer, the only difference between them and Kate Upton is Kate Upton refused to settle until Justin Verlander asked her to marry. So they're going to be just like Kate Upton, and they're going to refuse to settle. That's the only difference between them and the women that get these high-value men. They're going to refuse to settle, is what these bitches think, Anthony.
The bad part is, even if you got one on the accident, would you even know how to keep one?
Yeah, I'm going to tell him, you can't be a liar. Better not be married. Don't even come over here if you don't understand. My kids come first.
You already covered this. That men hold the key to relationships. Okay, so you can want all you want. The man makes the decision if the relationship even is going to exist.
Wait, Anthony, you don't believe that if you just think about it enough in your head, you can it'll manifest itself? If think that's
about
what people that don't want to do shit say.
Think about a fucking apple tree and see if it sprouts up. It takes work to get what you want. That's in everything you do.
This bullshit that Oprah Winfrey spouted with that book, The Secret. Remember that shit?
I never read it.
Oh, my God. Well, no, I didn't read it either. But Oprah Winfrey was like, The Secret. And as long as you just think positive, shit's going to happen. Men have known this for a long time. That's not how that rolls. Women, and we talked about this in the last podcast, women just thought all they had to do was get the same rights as men. And they were just, their whole outcomes were going to change. Men have known for a long time, because we've had all these rights for a long time. We've known no matter how many rights you get, that's not some kind of guarantee that you're going to be successful. There are so many other factors against you. Like when women talk about like, hey, there's not a lot of women CEOs. Guess what else? There's not a lot of men CEOs either, bitch. But guess what else? There's not a lot of women bricklayers either. Y'all don't worry about those jobs, do you?
Nope.
Y'all don't worry about the shit jobs that men do every single day, right? We've known, because we've had all these rights that you guys have been after. The right to vote, all this stuff, wage equality. We've known now for centuries that's not the problem, is the rights. No. We've known that for a long time. Women just think like, once we get all these rights, all this is going to fall down for us. So now that they have all the same rights as men, they think to themselves, they're like, well, how come I'm not a CEO of a company? It must be because men are holding us back. No, ladies. Let me tell you, men have had all these rights for a long time. This world is fucking hard, and we've known for a very long time you can't just sit on a fucking stump and dream of shit and it just fucking happens for you.
Man, well, I always got this saying about if you have a complaint without a solution, you're just bitching. Have a solution to whatever it is that you're complaining about.
And we talked about this in the pre-show. The solution, probably, and we're talking probably a good margin, I would comfortably say 78% or higher. my made up on the spot stat.
Okay.
78% of the time, if you just improve yourself, you're probably going to get way, way closer to your solution than you are just sitting around bitching about somebody holding you back.
Man, and I'll say this too. Women, man, the cringe happens so much when I see a modern woman spout out tradition. I just want tradition. Wait, do you even know what tradition is? What is your role in a traditional relationship?
Well, we ain't talking about their roles. We're talking about everybody else's role.
What did they say? Do you even live, bro? Do you know how to tradition, bitch? Like, what's your role? What? How do you play your part in this?
What do you mean my role? My role is being equal.
Okay.
Well, what does equal look like? Being equal, meaning I act like an omnipotent being that just does whatever the fuck they want to do, and I can't be shamed for anything or held accountable for nothing.
I all right. I'm asking myself right now, can I be with a modern woman? And I think I can, but there has to be a level of maturity and realization that she's gonna be putting in some work, that she knows she's gonna have to put work in. So there'll be a lot of vetting. We had this vetting conversation before. There'll be a lot of vetting when it comes to what work are you willing to put in and how hard are you willing to work for it.
Well, Anthony, let me ask you a question first, though. Are you an astronaut?
No.
Do you make $1.3 million a year?
No.
Well, she's not settling for less than that.
Okay, well, that's not reality. I said
that's what she wants, and she's not going to settle. Okay.
I said a woman in reality that understand the work it's going to take. All right, so
this is a woman in reality. This is what these bitches think.
Is it real to? I guess you can. If anything, you think that's reality. Like if you say, "I think this is," so it is reality. I guess you can think of anything and make it reality, right? But it's your reality. It's your reality in your head. What actually happens is what you need to pay attention to. Are all the women who agree with you happily married?
All the women that agree with me?
No, not you. But I'm just saying, if you have a mindset that you need 1.3 million and you need all this shit, are the women around you that agree with you, are they happily married?
Well, typically no.
Well, they don't even have a fucking boyfriend half the time. So you're going in this really this we used to call it a circle jerk, where everybody around is like, yeah.
That dating profile you read earlier?
Yeah.
That looks like they were all sitting around.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, and another thing. Tell him, girl, no liars. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right. No liars. Exactly. Yeah. Fuck those liars. Oh, hey, tell him also. Kid come first. Your kids come first. Tell him.
Always, right? Because all right, that always strings a chord with me. Like, when you tell me you're a priority, first of all, you're asking for a man. When you go on date profile, when you put your profile out there, you're asking for a man to come into your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that you tell him, he is not the priority.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you?
And you think that makes you more attractive, apparently.
Why?
Or you think you're in charge, or I don't know what the fuck you think.
They're putting limitations on the guy immediately before he even starts. So it's like, why would I want to put myself in your vicinity when you're already limiting me straight off the bat?
Well, I have a better question. Guys, why aren't you thinking this out there? Because there's a lot of you 97%ers that think that you're more sophisticated or worldly because you understand this about her. Now, the scenario, and this is not me, this is Kevin Samuels, by the way. Kevin Samuels says, all right, so you have a kid by another dude. There's a fire in the house. Are you going to try to get me out of the house first or your child?
A child.
The child. So now everybody's going to say, whoa, Wesley, you expect her to help you and not the child? No. But I'm telling you, with me and my wife, we have a child together. If she gets my child out before me, that's what I want. I want my offspring to go forward. These other fucking offspring, this is a liability to me. Now I don't have any help out of the fire. My fucking money goes to it. This is a bad fucking deal. Single moms, and by the way, Anthony, I've been doing some polling lately with younger women. A lot of younger women are afraid to tell me that they're traditional and that they want to get married.
Why?
Because other women shame them. Younger women say that some women say they want kids and then maybe they'll get married. Like it's two separate things. At Amazon, if there was a facility that had 10,000 workers and you cut it down to 5,000, do you think that would make work harder for those 5,000 workers that stayed?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cutting the labor force by 50%. When you take a job of 2 people and cut it down to 1, gonna be harder to raise a kid? They don't think of that shit, do they?
Nope.
The world has devalued men to that level, where women literally don't think that a man's needed. Now, when something bad happens, boy, you better believe that. See, this is what happens when the father's not part of their life. But when something good happens, they fucking score a touchdown in the NFL. I'm a glorious single mother. My homie. Listen, dude. I fear we're about to get way more bizarro here in the West than we already are.
The kill me part of this is when you want credit for shit you were supposed to do in the first place.
What are you talking about, man? Do you know that I've been breathing here this whole fucking time that we've been doing this podcast, and y'all ain't say shit about that. I don't get no fucking credit for sitting over here and breathing my own breath. I didn't not one time during this podcast, Anthony, did I ask you guys to put me on a breathing machine so I could take a fucking break for a minute. Y'all don't fucking respect what I do.
I don't want this to come off like, you're not appreciative. What I do want this to come off of is your expectations. Do they match your own? Because if you can, like we said, can you do the inverse? Can you ask yourself of the inverse of what you're asking?
Will you take a man that has kids? Will you take a man that has 4 kids by 3 different baby mamas?
That says his kids come first.
And his kids come first, ladies. You come, see, he has 4. You come 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4 kids come in front of you. You come 5th.
Oh, so what do you mean, Wesley? You mean if my other kid has a school project and we were going to go on a staycation, but we had to cancel because they needed they just joined the chess club and now they got to get T-shirts and they going on this trip and they got to pay for the trip to go out of town and catch a flight to a different state, and I got to cancel that trip so I can pay for that. That kind of first.
Bishop takes knight in that situation. My kids come first.
Well, I just want a man that can pay for both that and me to go
checkmate.
Go on vacation. It's killer. It kills me when I see that entitled fucking. I want everything for myself, but what am I offering this guy? I don't never see profiles that says I'll bring a man peace. I'll bring him comfort. I'll make sure that when he comes home, there's nothing he has to worry about except being in the arms of his woman. I never see profiles written out like that. Like, those are things that you will be like, God damn, what? Who? I need to meet her today.
Hold on, Anthony. Let's go back to what you said earlier. Very important. You went on a dating site. Why? You wanted to get a man, right?
Yeah.
You put that shit in your profile, men will be clamoring.
Yep.
To get with you. All this negative shit about what you don't want. Why do I feel like I'm talking to kindergartners sometimes? Seriously.
Well, we always talked about this.
If you were trying to get a job out in the workforce, you would not put up this negative fucking shit. Don't even try to come over here asking me to know what Excel is. PowerPoint? Nope. No multiplication tables. Get out of here. I don't do that shit. Need me to have my own car? Try again. Want me to show up on time? How about you show up on time? That is not how you ladies out here would try to get a job. Ladies, if you would not try to get a job this way, why would you try to get a fucking man this way? Some of these dating profiles, Anthony, I know you have a few more, but some of these dating profiles, ladies, it's like men are looking at this shit and they're like, it's a whole lot of whoa. What the hell, man?
Yeah, man. I've been in I want to say maybe 5 what do you call these dating profiles apps.
Oh, well, hold on. You had some more for us, didn't you?
Oh,
because we were reading them in the pre-show.
Yeah. Let me see.
Because some of them were not as obvious. I mean, if men and women can learn from this shit. Here we go. Attractive girl, by the way. I'm looking for something serious. I'm currently... Jesus Christ. I did not read this one in the pre-show. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry, everybody. Let me start over for this girl, Rissa. That's not a real name, by the way. Can't be. If that's her real name, that's another red flag. Rissa says, something serious. I'm currently pregnant due to a very bad experience. So I want something serious. I'm a little, so I love the MDLG dynamic. I'm a little man dominating little girl.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so you didn't know what that was?
No.
I know what littles are from a podcast called Your Mom's House with Christina Pazitsky and Tom Segura.
Okay.
So I know what a little is.
Okay.
So I just kind of, I don't know if
you was
that's
able to put that together. Okay.
Man dominating little girl, or could it be... I'm guessing that's what MDLG stands for. Dynamic. 7 months pregnant. What in the world can you do with a 7-month pregnant woman? There are bitches that are 7 months pregnant on the dating scene.
This is what you got.
She's not going to settle for the guy that put a baby in her.
No.
She's not going to do that. She needs to get these men in line so that she can figure out like who's using her for sex and who isn't. Jesus Christ. My daughter's growing up in this world. We're going to have to move to another country.
Man, trust me, I've thought about it several times to move out. And I've done my homework to try to find which is the best.
It might be worth it to learn another language and do the whole... Ugh. Sweden's up there for me. Spain. Maybe France. What language do they speak in England?
You know what? Also,
7-month pregnant bitches are on dating apps. Huh?
You know what? Also, red flags for me.
That she's 7 months pregnant? Or?
No, that women tend to like say, "Oh, that's not my age. I can't change it."
Look, Anthony, if they just put the rules down, if they just don't change their standards, they got this. They got this, man. What was the profile for that fat-faced blonde? By the way, people, don't send me your emails. There are some people on the planet Earth that are fat. don't send me your emails. There are some people on planet Earth that are fat, so don't get mad that I called someone a fat face when they were fat faced. Actually, an attractive blonde, wasn't she?
I mean, to an extent. I mean, the profile turns me off. You know what I mean? So.
Why do you say that, Anthony? What does this profile say?
I am a beautiful, hardworking woman.
It's good so far. What's your problem, Anthony?
I am looking for loyal, honest people.
Okay, still going good. Go ahead.
I am pretty picky as far as a partner.
Uh-oh. We're starting to get a little...
Why does that bother you? Why does being picky as far as a partner bother you?
I don't like... I admire people that are picky. I want our men and women that listen to this program to be picky. Specifically, I want them to be picky. I don't know if it's good that we announce that we're being picky. It's only certain types of personalities announce.
Right.
You know, only certain types of personalities and men announce, if a bitch don't make me a sandwich, fuck that hoe. You know, like,
exactly.
It's just like...
Exactly.
But every man wants a woman that makes him a sandwich, but if you feel the need to announce it, there's something going on.
I know what I want in life.
Okay. This is in the same vein, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I want people to know what they want, but I feel like only certain types of personalities announce this kind of shit.
Well, I even with her first sentence, I am a beautiful, hardworking woman. Like,
you called yourself beautiful. That seems a bit arrogant.
Or you're trying to convince who? Exactly.
Right.
Because men know beautiful women, don't we? I mean, that's what catches our eye.
Man, I didn't even realize that bitch was beautiful until she said it.
Right. That bitch told me she was beautiful. I was like,
damn, you are. I didn't even notice that shit.
God damn. Okay. Loyal and honest people. I guess she was not having people who are loyal or honest,
right.
And sometimes
that's if you're reading between the lines.
Okay.
If you're a blue pill guy, you're like, wait a second, I'm loyal and honest.
Right.
All right, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh shit! I found one. I found one that wants loyal and honest. Hell yeah!
I'm very independent.
Uh-oh. I'm very independent. Then why are you on here looking for a man, bitch?
What the fuck? Does it match? It don't match.
It don't match.
I love to travel. Bitch, who don't?
On here, on this pet store website, looking for a dog, don't like pets. I'm on here looking for a man, but I'm very independent. Well, which is it, bitch? Do you want a man or not?
Well, she says, I want a man that wants a relationship.
Oh, okay.
I have one daughter who does not live with me.
Oh. Okay. Two things going on right here. First, it's not good that's the facts. Second, if these are the facts, it's not good that you have a low IQ knowing that doesn't make you look good. If you have a daughter that's not living with you, let me be positive and assume it's for good reasons, because it's probably not. But let me be positive and assume there's good reasons your daughter don't live with you. You dated a trust fund kid that has daughters that are millionaires, and they used a team of lawyers to take your daughter from you, and you're just fighting for the custody that you have night and day. That's a conversation to have. You don't want to just come out with a one sentence, by the way, got a daughter. She don't live with me, though. She don't live with me, though. We good. We can still go back to my crib.
I work in the medical field.
Now, I know this is a red flag for you.
Yes.
Women that work in the medical field tend to be...
promiscuous.
Oh, I was going to say masculine, but promiscuous, that's right, isn't it? They tend to be promiscuous. There's a whole show about this called Grey's Anatomy, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in the damn hospital sleeping with each other because they all work the same hours, and they got the work wife and the work husband, and oh yeah, they're all sleeping with each other in the janitor closet. all kind of shit.
And they're always comparing men to doctors.
Right. That is, Anthony, that we should have led with that.
Yeah.
They're always comparing men to doctors. Does she keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's going to step on her own feet some more.
When you was talking about the feral women, I was thinking about how you was like, they can't help themselves. This bitch cannot help herself dig this grave that she's digging. She's like, well, how deep does a grave go? 6 feet? Okay. So she just keep digging.
Well, for the people that do not have the benefit of listening to our last episode, feral women that are just totally batshit crazy, you could say, I'm going to give you $1 billion in your bank account right now. All you have to do for the rest of your life is practice self-control. Feral women, they don't have the ability to not lose all that money inside of 4 weeks. They don't have the ability to have self-control. And that's what this sounds like in this dating profile.
I love helping people, but not enabling. I think that I am
okay, so what does that fucking mean?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously, that means she's dated people that were on drugs in the past. Dude, why would you bring it up? If I mean, seriously.
Everything's cringy in this, man.
I mean, I'd be like, if this has never happened, so if I put in my dating profile, I'm like, all this cool stuff, and I'm like, hey, sorry, this is a bit of a bugaboo for me. No heroin addicts.
Yeah,
that means I've dated heroin addicts.
Yeah.
So she's like, can't be an enabler.
So she's from Rochester. She lives in Texas now, but she's from Rochester, New York. Smokes often, but she doesn't.
Boy.
But she doesn't drink at all.
I'd rather her drink, not smoke.
Facts.
What's going to age a woman faster, drinking or smoking? It's going to be smoking all day long. Rochester, New York, I would just lie and say I came from Omaha, Nebraska, or some other more horrible place than Rochester, New York.
I'll give you the benefit of reading this next one.
Christine, 36. Hey, I'm cool and laid back. Just looking to meet new people during this Pandora box. I'm sorry. I think the emoji she was trying to put was just trying to meet new people during this Pandora box. Just a little bit about me before you're captivated by my face. Okay. The first time I read it, I'm like, okay, humor. I'm cool. But you better not be arrogant the rest of the dating app. I have a feeling Anthony knows this is going to go way off the rails. I'm recently just a little bit about me before you're captivated by my face. Emoji of like grin but serious face. I'm recently divorced. There's no comma. We have 5 kids and share custody. If you're still reading, I'm impressed. ... Maybe this will stop you. I'm not looking for sex neither. ... Dang, you're still here, bruh? What do I have to say? ? Fine, tap that heart and hit me up. We have talked about this before. How in the fuck do you have 5 children and you get to play like you're an innocent virgin? Hey,
crazy.
Not here for sex. Who told this bitch that she was so important that men would want to hang out with her and not have sex with her?
No idea.
Her parents?
Nah.
Let me ask you this. She had 5 kids, right?
Yeah.
So she's only had sex 5 times in her life, right?
Apparently.
And if she's going to have sex for a 6th time with you, you better bring it, fellas. Hey, this is some Shania Twain, like, man, I feel like a woman. Bum, bum, ba-dum, any man of mine better walk a line. Better realize there's no sex, even though I got 5 kids of mine.
What can you do or expect when these are the options out here for you, fellas?
I mean, my natural reaction to like these being the options out there.
Whoa, whoa.
Jesus. There are times, I'll be honest, Anthony, where I feel lucky for being married. Reading these dating profiles is one of those times.
Well, not just married, but married to a woman.
Well, no. Being married in a positive situation where I had a red pill frame of mind when I chose my spouse. It's becoming a bizarro world out there, isn't it? I mean, you're out there living it right now.
Yeah,
these bitches that just hang up on you because they don't get an answer that you want, that you don't give them an answer that they want, them hanging up on you, they're like, come on, man, this is pretty tame. It's pretty tame for the course we're on.
Yeah.
Right?
I
don't have 5 kids or anything. Come on now, Anthony. Come on, Anthony. I just hung up on you. I didn't tell you no sex and I have 5 kids. Come on now.
I think these women, in my opinion, when I read these profiles, it's like guys, it's like the women are talking, hey, men are so desperate, I'm going to put everything possible to make them run, and they'll still swipe right. But I don't think they actually do that. That would be actually like, okay, that makes sense. But I think they actually think they're doing themselves a benefit by saying the shit they do. I don't know. Would this make you swipe right? I don't know.
Well, Heather 40 says, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. That's my reaction out of the gate. Heather 40 says, I am single. I'm chunky. I have tattoos. That's your first sentence, bitch? I mean, you sure you didn't want to include in the first sentence you got herpes? Or I digress. Heather goes on to say, I love the park, fishing, mudding, art, traveling, and food. All those things go together. She loves the park, fishing, mudding, art, traveling, and food, Anthony.
She sounds like she's well-rounded. Literally.
Well, yeah. I attend church twice a week. All caps. If God isn't your first love, we will not work out. Also, I'm a fur mom. These bitches think they're so clever with their... Why would it be a deal breaker if you're a quote-unquote fur mom? You know, like people have pets in America, right? She has emoji rabbit and dog. Did she really have a date one time where they were like, wait, hold on a second. Did you say you have pets? I'm walking out of here, bitch. Pay for your own food. Oh my God. I thought that sentence was over. Also, I'm a fur mom to 2 amazing fur kids. If you're, it's your, not your. If you're not into animals, then we are not going to work out at all. LOL. Anything else you want to know, ask. I'm open. I'm an open book. I know you're an open book, bitch. You've told me way too much about yourself that I ever wanted to fucking know. I'm an open book sometimes. Oh, I'm an open book sometimes. That's not what open book means, bitch. Sometimes I'm an open book. Sometimes I'm a closed book. That's not what that means. God damn it, you low IQ bitches. If you go...
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, all caps. If you go strip bars, Twin Peaks, Hooters, Chula's, or any other places like this. Do not waste my time. I'm not interested. Please show me a picture of this bitch, Anthony.
Let me grab it. Let me grab it.
Oh, my God. Because I got to know. I'm chunky with tattoos.
There she go.
Oh, my God. With her fucking bass fishing ass. She's going to stop me. In her mind, she's going to stop me from going to Twin Peaks, Hooters.
That's crazy.
And Chula's for the rest of my life. So I can just have some of that chunky, blonde, bass fishing ass right there. You know what, ladies? If you just tell men what the fuck you want, you'll get in line.
That's a face.
Yeah, that's some filtered up shit right there.
Oh, yeah. You seen the difference, right? You seen the big difference.
I've seen the difference. Oh, my God.
But she got all these expectations of you, but she's up here filtering the fucking photos.
But she's just proudly chunky. Proudly. Well, I was hoping we would come up with some solutions during this segment. It just makes me more depressed. This is what's out here, fellas.
I'm trying to tell you, man, when...
I hope a lot of the ladies are listening to this, Anthony. I want them to know this is what men have to choose from.
Well, they'll complain all day about the bullshit they got to choose from with men. And they think that... See, this is what I come across a lot when I talk to women. They think these horror stories don't exist. They really don't. They be like, well, why would you even want to date a chick like that? A lot of times they don't tell the truth like they are in these. Like you'll have a profile that she'll be like looking for a long-term relationship, but there's no information. Because she's probably understood that I'm not getting anywhere with this. Because how many times that we know this internally between us. We talk about this, but women don't offer a lot going in dates. We're the ones that, like, when we ask women out on a date is somebody bringing you into their life so you can watch them interact and how they enjoy themselves. That's what a date is. A date is not for me to take you somewhere to impress you so you can say yay or nay or if you want to do it again. That's not what a date is. Women got dates fucked up. And so do men, because they go on these movies and they watch these shows on TV, and
movies that are targeted towards women,
right? The society works on the blue pill man, right?
Yep.
The money and the economy works off of blue pill men because they are the ones that are going to be buying all this shit and taking women out and on all these other these places. The thing is, men have not figured out how to take a woman and bring her into his space where he's enjoying himself, where she gets to say, hey, I'm very interested in how he is going somewhere to enjoy himself, and I'm actually enjoying myself.
Well, I mean, it can't be denied. It's one of those things where it's like things have gone so bizarro. That's why I really look at broadcasts like Kevin Samuels has, where we're trying to get back to a lot of knowledge that we already know. We know that kids are far more successful when there's two parents around. Two biological parents, not just some free agent parent you found out there on the market.
Yeah, can I tell you about this? I had to break it down for a chick who was telling me that she's not looking for a stepfather, right? And so I said, okay, but what happens when, let's say something goes down the line and we still together and I'm around your son and I'm like, hey, and you're telling me, hey, you don't got to worry about him. He has a father. And we say, hey.
So now I got to deal with that.
Well, not just that, man. If I say, hey, he got a dad, right? if I say, hey, we're going out, we're gonna go eat and something, but she gotta bring her son because she can't get. We've been dating for a while, so it's like, hey, I don't have to get a babysitter when I see you now because, you know, you get to see my son.
Well, I mean, that doesn't matter to me. I mean, I some guy that you used to have sex with a lot is going to be part of your life moving forward. I mean, dude, let me just like say you're dating someone and you're getting serious. You're in a relationship. Say an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever you're dealing with. Your current situation has an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend that's just always going to be around. You would not normally be cool with that, but we're cool with it because like you guys have a kid together. Anthony, is it pretty common that people that co-parent end up having sex with each other off and on? It's very, very common. It's very, very common. I mean, so many times guys will step in to be a stepfather, and then, you know, the dad, the baby daddy, starts feeling a little insecure, so he kind of romances the baby mama. They end up having some sex, and she breaks things off, and then as soon as she breaks things off, the baby daddy's like, okay, cool, he's gone. So, I mean, we've heard so many horror stories like this, right? I mean, this is all messy. This is all messy. If you have a child by a dude that you're broken up with, moving forward, you're going to have to ask men to deal with a messy situation. I'll be honest. I mean, it's less messy if the guy's not there. But now you got to work out child care. You got to do. I mean, it's all messy. And you understand, men that are 45 years old can date women that are 25 years old that have no kids. So getting on these dating apps with all this arrogance is like, come on, ladies. But again, that's what this segment's about. Women just feel like they can just say something and get men in line to make their life the way they fucking want it, right? I mean,
yeah. If you haven't figured it out yet, fellas, they see you as a detriment coming in.
They see you as so low. They see you, fellas, as so low that coming in the gate, they're telling you this is a shit situation and this is exactly what you deserve.
That was a dark ending to this episode.
Good Lord,
that's nasty.
I don't like segments where we don't have solutions. But there are no solutions to these bitches that have these dating profiles and these expectations in their 47-year-old life. Good God.
Obviously, I haven't had enough men tell them no, so they keep this shit up. Too many guys are swiping right on this shit, bro.
But they haven't had a lot of men tell them no. But they're still out here 47 years old and single. Not a lot of guys saying yes either. To a relationship.
Well, what they're asking for is not what they're getting. They just are being positive and manifesting it. So,
or not. Thank you guys for joining the show. I'm sorry. Sometimes reality is depressing.
Yeah, it
Sometimes
is.
reality is depressing. Sometimes we just have to give you the facts, the real deal Holyfield of what is going on dating apps with these old bitches. With all these 4 or 5 kids.
No humility having.
Fat-faced bass fishing, catching ass.
Mudding.
Thank you. I'm sorry. You slapped me with that one. Thank you for making the Red Pill Phone Tap part of your week. Hopefully this segment does not make you depressed, but it does make you aware,
right,
of what's going on out there in the world. Ladies, get your shit together on dating apps. And we will see you next time here on
The Red Pill Phone Tap. Player.